if you're just seeing this. But yesterday, I'm sure everyone knows now, we're not opening anytime soon at Octane Fitness or any of the gyms in the area. Excuse my hair. Just got done working out not too long ago. Got home, ate, made something to eat, and kind of cleared my head a little bit. Took time to, you know, kind of take everything in, and before I put something together and send out to people. So obviously yesterday, you know, we're going into phase 2. We thought that at least gyms would be in phase 2, that it's been that way all the way up until yesterday at 5 o'clock, actually. But they decided to take gyms and bars, and I think there were a couple others, and move them to phase 3. And it was deflating. It hurt a little bit. You know, I was looking forward to taking this next week and getting things back to somewhat normal and start with a small schedule and building off that schedule as phase 3 hits and we hit the ground running and getting everything back to quote unquote normal, right? We still have a phase 1 reopening process. Our phase 1 never had anything to do with working out inside the gym. So we're still going to move forward with our phase 1 of reopening. That would be outside workouts in the parking lot, at parks, things like that, which is legal. So they may be body weight workouts. We'll be instructed to bring weights if you have weight. If not, then we'll modify the workouts according to, you know, what we have. We won't be sharing weights, but we'll be able to get together in larger groups and work out together, right? Still taking precautions, still taking, you know, still 6 feet distancing. I would say bring your own towels, bring your own sanitary wipes, hand sanitizer, things like that. Own mats, if possible. We'll provide some mats, but if you have your own, bring it along, right? Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense when you look on the surface and you see that, you know, retail stores are open, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be open. I'm just saying that you have retail stores open and you have restaurants opening at 50% capacity. You have pools opening up at 50% capacity. You have childcare going from 50% capacity to 100% capacity. You have salons and barbers, you know, tattoo parlors, liquor stores, things like that opening up. And on the surface, it doesn't make sense that they open and gyms don't open. You know, in talking with a few gym owners and sitting in on some very insightful, unbiased, devil's advocate type of information, yeah, I can see why they didn't let gyms open right now. All the other things that we talk about that's been opened up, you know, they're regulated by the state. They can be fined by the state. They can be shut down. They can be put in jail. And fortunately and unfortunately, you know, fortunately for gyms, we're not mandated by the state. We can run our business the way we run it. We can do any kind of workouts. We can hire people with any kind of certification. So, you know, we're kind of blessed on that part, but because we're not regulated, you know, there's a few people that feel that that's one of the reasons that gyms aren't open right now. So I understand, after sitting back and not reacting and kind of taking things in, you know, having field day with my son today, going to the gym and working out, getting on some of those live calls and things like that. It makes sense, even though I'd rather be open and have you guys back at the gym, right? So that's kind of my thoughts that I've been putting together, you know, over the course of the last 24, 36 hours-ish. And like I said, I wish things were different. You know, I wish I was looking forward to the restrictions being lifted with, you know, whatever 6 foot, less than 10 people inside the gyms, you know, no contact thermometers, you know, that type of mandate set out for gyms. But it didn't happen, and we're just going to, we can't control it, right? We can speak up about it. Hopefully people are speaking intelligently about it, and they're not just doing stupid stuff like push-ups and burpees on the city steps or whatever. There's a right way to do it. There's a wrong way to do it. I took this morning and, you know, I wrote my letter to the governor and to the senator, and I have put my name on a few petitions to open gyms up as early as possible. The guys in Charlotte, Metabolic, have started a conversation. You know, Stronger Together NC, and Brandon and Kirk and Finley are leading that charge in Charlotte, and I back them 100%. They're leaders in the fitness community. I have a lot of respect for those guys, and if I can do anything to help them out, I will do it. But back to Octane Fitness and what it pertains to us moving forward for the next 3, 4, 5 weeks, because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at phase 3 here. We're looking at June 26th being the possible reopen date, hopefully sooner, but we're planning for June 26th. It's a good chance that it's going to be at 5 p.m. And the announcement will probably come on, 2 days before, just like these last 2 have come. So up until that point, we're going to go into our Memorial Day weekend as if, just the way we've been going forward. We'll have our Zoom classes at 7:30, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every day, all right? At, I'd say 10 o'clock on Monday. It gives people time to sleep in and get up and kind of get moving before we meet and get our Memorial Day workout in. And I would love to have a cookout, but that's not really in the cards for this year, unfortunately. But we'll do something when we open back up. We'll have some type of cookout or get together, something like that at the gym. So we'll still have our yoga and or mobility sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll still have our Saturday morning workouts. And starting June 1st, we'll keep our Zoom class at 7:30 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm looking at putting a 9:30 workout in the morning in the parking lot and a 5:30 p.m. workout in the parking lot or at a park, okay? We'll probably change up the location a little bit so that it just changes the atmosphere, right? So I'm looking at starting that the week of June 1st. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. We're gonna keep the yoga classes. Trying to decide if we have classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays or we give those days. I really like those days being body weight, get outside on your own, move on your own, run, walk, ride your bike, play with your kids, do something like that. And then leave Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Saturday workouts for you guys to kind of detach, get away, and do your own thing for an hour, hour and a half, all right? So that's what we're looking for. For continuing our phase 1. So that's kind of the plan going forward. And I was going to send an email out and point you guys into the blog, but I figured, you know, talking through it, letting you guys know exactly what's in my head and how I see things moving forward would be the best way to do it. I'm going to put this on YouTube. I'm going to send a link out to you. I'm going to put it on Instagram. It'll also be on Facebook so you guys can see it, right? But yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, the type of feedback. I know it sucks, but once we start those 9:30 and 5:30 p.m. workouts outside, of course, it's going to be all dependent on weather. We're not going to be able to work out inside the gym. We can work out outside. We can work out at a park, but we can't be inside the gym, right? So if it's raining, you know, you gotta use your brain here. If it's pouring down rain, we're not going to do a workout. So just stay tuned in to what's going on, the emails that I'm sending out, the text messages I'm sending out, anything that I anything that I post on Instagram or Facebook. It's either going to be a workout, a demonstration of the workout, exercises, things like that, or it's going to be news or updates on what's coming up and how we're going to proceed forward with everything. But yeah, I mean, 5 more weeks. You know, it is what it is. And I understand that some of you guys don't like working out at home by yourself. You don't have to. You know, you can get outside. You can join us on our outside workouts. We have been practicing social distancing on Saturdays. We'll continue to practice social distancing in our workouts. And but you need to start. Those of you who haven't been on the Zoom classes, those of you who haven't been doing the workouts, maybe you've been doing some walking, some running, but you haven't been moving your body through certain types of movements, basic fundamental movements. It's a good time to start, because if you wait until 5 weeks is up and you come back, it's going to make it that much more challenging, because now you're talking about 14 weeks of not doing anything. All right. Each and every one of you, thank you. I can't thank you enough for the support that you guys have shown and have continued to show. And, you know, it's touching, and I really appreciate everything that you guys bring to the table to Octane Fitness. Because if it wasn't for you, then, you know, the community, Octane Fitness and stuff like that, it would not be here and be able to help the people that we do help. So anyways, that's all I had to say. And I look forward to seeing some of your faces, hopefully next week on our outside workouts. And then any new updates and things like that, I'll put them out there in just like little 1 minute, 2 minute increments, just to add on to this, or if something's changing. All right. So keep an eye out for more information. And if I don't see you before Memorial Day, you guys have an awesome Memorial Day weekend.